Hi guys, I'm excited to present to you the new FreqPort FreqInOut FO1. This is a 4-channel in and output unit for you to connect any kind of outboard equipment, and it will appear as plugins inside your computer, eliminating all the hassle you might have with setup, routing, cabling, calculating the latency time through the hardware, and the inconsistent timing issues you might have when you record. The FreqInOut box is connected to the computer via USB-C and is also powered by the USB. And you can use the FreqInOut FO1 together with any existing sound card you have in your setup, adding additional channels to your already existing sound card setup. And you can also decide to use 2 of these units to get 8 inputs and outputs. Let's check out how it works. Okay, I'm here with the FreqPort FreqInOut FO1, and I have connected now 2 pieces of hardware to the ins and outputs. On channel 1 and 2, I connected the Strymon Night Sky, and on channel 3 and 4, I connected the Eventide Space. And I use these 2 units for this example. So I downloaded the FreqInOut software from the FreqPort website, and I installed it in my computer. And the first time I open it up, it looks like this. And the first thing we need to do, first time we use the FreqInOut plugin, is to go to this edit wheel here, the wheel here, and it takes you to the global hardware configuration setup. And here we need to define what hardware we connected to the different inputs and outputs on the FreqInOut unit. So you can see the 4 channels here. It's named port from 1 till 4. On channel 1 and 2, we have the Night Sky from Strymon. And since that's a stereo unit, I will go to link here and I will link channel 1 and 2. And I will name it Night Sky. Channel 3 and 4 is Eventide Space, and that's also stereo. So I'll link it again here, and I will call that Space. You can see here output trims and input trims. So that's output trim out from the software into the hardware and then back into the plugin again. And you can use these trims to gain stage through your hardware depending on what kind of equipment you connected. And when you save your session in your software, it will remember all of these settings and the setup. You can also decide to save hardware default here, and all your global hardware configuration setup, when it's done, is being saved to the hardware as well. So if you want to bring your FreqInOut box with you on the road, or you want to change the computer, you want to put it into your laptop, it will remember your setup because it's saved inside the hardware as well. Okay, so we are done now with the hardware configuration setup. So let's go check out how the plugin works. So as you see here, this is the first instance of the plugin. We opened it up here on the insert. I opened it up on a drum bus. And as you can see, Night Sky is how we named it. So this is channel 1 and 2, Night Sky. You see Night Sky down here as well. So the first thing you need to do is to enable the sound to pass through the unit, and you do that with turning it on here. Boom. You see now it becomes white, and now it means that the Night Sky is now turned on. So when I go here, we can just try and check it out, and then just play and just hear the reverb on the drum bus. Yeah, as you can hear, is the reverb going straight in and in perfect timing with the audio and everything. So that's really, really nice. So basically now the Night Sky reverb here from Strymon appears just as a plugin straight inside my insert. I can put it on the send channel as well if I feel like. So so that's how it works. So there's another really cool feature here. So I can go to this edit here, and it brings up a QR code. And now comes a really nice thing. So I take my phone and I scan the QR code in the computer like this. And that will bring me to an upload image here, where I can choose to take a photo. And then I take a photo of my night sky, like this, use photo, and then upload. And as long as the computer is connected to the internet, the image will now appear as a skin inside the plugin. And it brings me to the cropping tool, so I can crop the image easily like this. And obviously you can also manually upload the images if your computer is not connected to the internet. So now I apply my crop, and as you see, the night sky image now becomes a skin in the plugin. And yeah, there's a zoom tool here as well, where you can really check out exactly where you left your knobs. And this can come very handy if you want to go back and dial in the knobs exactly where you left them, or if you want to bring it up later in another session. So that's a zoom tool. And here I can save the skins. So I can save all the different skins depending on what kind of equipment I have. And those skins I can easily open and load again in different sessions or in another DAW if I want to. And I can also name them depending on what kind of settings I did. If I have a compressor, I could name it like a snare setting 1, 2, 3, or bass setting, or you name it. So you can easily bring up old skins, and you can see exactly where you left the knobs on your hardware, so you can easily dial in the same positions. So on channel 3 and 4, we connected the Eventide space. And just to show you, then yeah, I can go to another group here. Let's just take the vocal group here. And see, it has, then I can open up the FreqInOut again. And now it opens the plugin again. So as it's a 4-channel unit, I can open 4 mono instances, or 2 stereo instances, or 1 stereo and 2 mono. In this case, it's 2 stereo, since it's 2 stereo devices I connected. And you can see here on the second instance, it's set to night sky. And since that's already turned on in the first instance of the plugin, I cannot use that on the second instance. I need to go to turn on the second one, which is here. And that is what we call space. And then you can see the name is changing again. And yeah, if you want to bring up the skin from the image of the hardware, then you just do the same thing again. You can go again, you scan the QR code like this, and take a photo of the hardware like this, and then we upload it again, and shortly after it will appear as a skin inside the plugin like this. Again, I use the cropping tool to get a nice crop on my image like that, and apply the crop. And again, here I can go and I can save this skin if I want to bring it up in another session, or just use it as a skin so I can see what hardware I'm using when I open the plugins. So I hope this makes sense, and there's a lot more to explain, and I'll do that in another video. I hope this setup makes sense. And yeah, so right now, just to summarize, 2 units connected, night sky on channel 1 and 2, Eventide on 3 and 4, Eventide space. And they now appear straight inside my computer in Logic here as plugins. So now I can just open them straight in my insert or in my send, and they will just appear as plugins, and I don't need to set up the routing or latency settings or calculate or send a ping through the system. It basically just works like this. You don't need to think about it. And also when I record, I will show this in another video, the recording will be exactly in time. So you don't need to move around the file. And also when you change your buffer setting, the FreqInOut software will automatically calibrate all the routing and delay compensation. So now the hardwares will just open simply like plugins, and it's very easy and fast to use, and you can spend the time being creative instead of struggling with moving files and calibrating and the timing and all of that. So enjoy.